This is a Ferrari, and this is a £10,000 body kit. Some Ferraris like mine cost well over £100,000, but Ferrari do special edition versions of their car, fit some trick bits, and can charge well over £500,000 for them. But I didn't pay anywhere near that for my one. That's because I bought it from Copart Salvage Auction for 50% off. We've done loads of repairs to get it up to the point it's at now, and it's missing just one thing so I can actually use it. And that is body panels. Now, we took a huge risk buying all of these parts completely blind, and we have no idea if they'll be any good. But you're hoping after spending £10,000 on anything that it's not going to be wasted. We've done things like this before and bought body kits for other cars from Temu, but it doesn't take much searching on the internet to find loads of different body kits for these cars from loads of different places. Now, all of these have one thing in common: you have no idea about the quality that you're actually buying, compared to when you go and buy a brand new item from a dealership that you know is going to be good. When buying from one of these websites, you truly have no idea, which is precisely the reason why I would never ever recommend anyone to buy this. Now, we're not going to disclose exactly where we got this from, but I'm sure if you use your brains you might be able to figure it out. So now we've got that out of the way, let's see exactly what we've got in these boxes. Oh, pull you push.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a big moment. I'm guessing this is the bonnet. Oh, hello. Ooh. That looks nice. Now, obviously these aren't from the same places, but let's take a quick look at the inside of the McLaren bonnet. Can you see up close? It's quite coarse. It's carbon, but it's a bit rough. Look at that. Nice. Yeah. That bit maybe is a bit rough, but we're ready for the big flip?
Yeah.
Oh, oh, it's got a hole in it. It needs some polishing, but I think it looked better painted anyway, personally. I'm liking this.
Yeah, I do.
I'm liking this at the moment.
The seal looked like it was painted and a little bit of carbon at the bottom. It's actually full carbon. Let me grab it quickly and show you. I thought that was just the carbon bit. Actually, it's full carbon. Oh, so
it's a different shape, isn't it?
yeah, it's just got an extra little scooty.
Yeah. Then on the back.
Fixing points. Oh. Match up the original one. Pretty decent, mate.
Now, there's a lot of bits in this box. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what all of them are, so we're going to find out together. We're on a journey of exploration with each other.
Yeah. Oh. That's nice.
I have no idea where that goes. That's looking like a bit of a splitter to me.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a lot of putting together, I think.
Maybe a bit of diffuser or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Like that, round the back wheel. These are some strange shapes, aren't they?
Right.
I think I know this one. Oh, it might be. I think it might actually be that, and it seems like the right sort of shape. Now, this kit is definitely going to make this car look a bit more special, but it definitely also does not replicate another Ferrari product, so that's going to make it a lot harder to fit. So it's just such a puzzle, isn't it, trying to figure out where everything goes. How many intake looking ducts are?
I was going to say, I don't even think there's that many on the car, is there?
No. I wonder how many like sticky out bits it's going to have.
It's going to have all these flaps pop up and just to slow the thing down.
It's going to have lizard flaps.
They do feel solid.
Yeah. Where do they go? I'm working on a bumper. I think this might be front splitter. There's like...
What, on the other side of the bonnet?
Oh yeah, and then maybe...
Because it vents up.
Yeah, maybe that's what this kit's designed to do. It ventilates the air up there.
Proper front downforce.
Yeah, it's got real downforce. Like an F1 car. Well, this looks delicate.
Yeah.
This looks like even more front splitter though. Honestly, I'm getting lost in all this.
Wait, does that not go at the rear, by the above the rear lights? Because they're circular lights, aren't they?
Underside of spoiler. Yeah, it's got to be in there. Should we go and check? What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think? And once you get that bit out, that will kind of fit around the lights, won't it? That looks like a section of art liner to me. From the front though, that's like, it looks like plastic, isn't it? But from the back it is most definitely not plastic. Where does that go?
I don't know, on my hind eye, I think.
There's so many bits.
In there, there's loads. We'll turn this one upside down for you.
That is looking very spoiler-esque to me.
Ooh.
Oh, I've got some good news. Let me show you something on the standard diffuser. Come around here. Even the standard 488 has active aero in the diffuser. Just here. So you see all these plates, they're used with a motor, and on the one that Liv's just opened, it's got flaps. It's got the lizard flaps. I'd really like to do is keep it so everything on the car still works.
Yeah, yeah.
It's never going to be factory and never will be anything more than what it is, but it'd be nice if things worked. Is that good?
Yeah.
Shall I ask my lawyer?
Go for it.
Or is that diffuser? Is that splitter?
I have no idea what that is.
I'm so confused.
Let me just take that out and let you flip it.
Well, that added. Oh, wait, hold on.
It's a spoiler on the back, isn't it?
That is a spoiler on the back, yeah.
Oh.
That's definitely room for a vent, isn't it?
Oh, them little scooty vents, yeah.
I got it completely wrong. This is definitely the diffuser, so hopefully this one has got the active flaps.
Oh,
1,
no.
2,
I know what I'm going to be doing.
3. Is it drilling out holes for parking sensors and cameras?
Yeah.
Well, luckily, I've bought something for that.
Oh, have you?
I'll show you later in the video.
Excellent.
We're down to the last final 2 bits, and these are the bits I'm most interested in because you can see straight away, pop this one up here, this is not carbon fibre, and they are most definitely bumpers. I think it's been squished in transit. Now this would normally actually be quite a big issue, but this time I don't think it'll be so bad because it's made out of plastic and not fiberglass and not carbon fibre, so it's got less tendency to snap and more like flexibility and stuff, and durability hopefully as well. Yeah, I think she's had a bit of a crease up here. Ooh. It's not pretty.
The lamp can do a bigger surface. It's where it's been put in.
Yeah, that's the same, isn't it? There is some bumpers that you get sometimes where they literally just come in, they come folded up, and you leave them in the sun and then they like unfold.
Yeah.
This has got to be the front bumper. How's she look, Liv?
Delicious.
Oh, good news. We have holes ready in this one.
Oh,
has it got holders? Ooh. No! That's great. So the idea is anyway, plastic bumpers should be easier to fit, better to finish, and be more durable and flexible as well, meaning if they get a little scuff on them, they don't just snap, they've got a bit of bendiness in them. Let me make one thing clear. This car will never be worth £500,000, but by using this body kit, if we can get this right, nail the fitment, we can potentially make this car look like it's worth considerably more than what it actually is. Even though for legal reasons, this car will always be a Ferrari 488 GTB and nothing more. Now everything's unboxed, we can finally see what we're working with, and there's so many pieces to this kit. It all looks okay, but we don't truly know how it's going to fit until we actually get it on the car. We've still got plenty of opportunity for this £10,000 body kit to bite us, but all we can do for now is pray that it doesn't. We are going to fit this entire body kit to this car in this video and have it driving on the road, and if you appreciate the amount of work that goes into making that and to making these videos, make sure to go down there and hit that subscribe button. We're aiming for 500k by the end of this year, and it's close, but it's going to be tight, so we need your help. Also, please go and check out my Instagram, chris.slicks, and get in touch with us if you've got anything which might be helpful. Before we can fit any of this up and see how well it's going to fit or badly, we have a few things which we need to sort on the car. As you may remember, in the last video, we fitted up everything, rad packed the lot this side, but we're missing some bits for this side, which thankfully have now arrived, and then as soon as we've got that in, we can get this car running up to temperature and get the power steering back in it. So let's get this smashed out. We mentioned when we were fitting that up that the rad mount brackets were super expensive, and we thought Bob could make something better, and check these out. They look absolutely lovely. If not stronger than what Ferrari put on the car. You can see on this side it's already mounted. It looks legit. That means we can mount all the radiators in properly for the final time. First thing to go in, the upper shroud. Followed by the washer bottle, bonnet latch, and now the driver's side's ready for the rad pack. We managed to pick this section up second hand, which definitely saved us a few quid. Let's see how well Bob made these brackets. Are you ready? He's a magician. A magician of the fabrication world.
Now all of that's in, the final piece is this upper part of ducting, and that's all of that done.
Now I've got all the radiators and coolers on the front sorted, we can replace the fluids which we lost when the car was obviously damaged. So, coolant, power steering fluid, both from Fuchs, thank you very much.
First thing to go in is the power steering fluid, but it didn't take long until we found a leak. Luckily it was pretty minor and near the end of the hose, so we could just chop out the damage, put the hose back on, and the problem was sorted.
That's right. Gurgle it. What we're doing is just raise the front wheels off the floor ever so slightly just to help us bleed the power steering, and then hopefully as it's running we should bleed the coolant as well.
Whoa!
Turn it off.
What happened?
Exploded in my face.
Oh Jesus. Or just straight out of the thing? Or the pipes burst?
Something burst.
You alright?
Yeah.
What, did it burst out the top or?
Something split here. That's weird, isn't it? It's got like electrical tape around the end of it.
Yeah. That's it. How odd's that?
Somehow that bottom hose from the tank had popped off. We don't know why, but we do know that with a clamp on there, it's going to be safe and sound.
It's been off for a reason before, and then to stop it draining out, someone's put tape over it. Forgot they've put the tape over it.
God,
Put the pipe back on, and then it's like, it's just building up pressure. And then,
yeah. Do you want to try again?
I can do, I'm just a little bit conscious of all the oil all over everything after, you know, recent occurrences. Mate. Take two. It's feeling a lot smoother.
Yeah, I think we're good, mate.
Feels good, sounds good.
Sounds sick.
With the coolant now bled and the power steering bled, and they're both holding fluids perfectly, it's on to the next job, which is
our airbag ECU. We've got this sent off, got it reset. It costs much less than buying one to replace it. So hopefully now we should be able to get that in and get the airbag light off the dash, making the interior completely done. We can get bolts in at the centre console back together, and then we can check the dashboard for warning lights. Hopefully it self-clears. No airbag light. That's where it should be, and it's not. We still have some warnings on the dash. One for start-stop, one for alternator. The only reason we can think of is because we've fitted a new battery, but haven't told the car it's had a new battery. Only one man in the world which has the capabilities and the facilities to do this. Dips! Hey!
That was good timing, wasn't it?
We've got a car that needs fixing, and you're the electronic wizard.
Right, what are we doing?
We are telling it it's had a new battery,
Yeah.
and then hopefully that fixes everything. If it doesn't, then we've got a long night ahead of us.
as we plugged the car in, we realised it wasn't going to be as simple as that. There was no option on any of the diagnostics machines to be able to reset the battery monitoring system, meaning that these lights are stuck on the dash.
We're having a bit of difficulty here. We're struggling to find any software that'll actually, or any program that will read into this car and do what it's telling it to do, but I have found something in the online owner's manual, and it says a whole load of instructions when you're reconnecting the battery, and I'm going to try going through this and see if it fixes it. First thing is put the connector for the battery on, close both the doors, close the luggage compartment lid. That'll be this, that's closed. Unlock and lock the doors using the remote control. Open the luggage compartment lid using the remote control. Get in the car, adjust the clock. What's the date today, people?
22nd, 9th, 2025?
Yeah, that sounds right. Close both the doors. Fully raise the driver's and passenger's window to their upper limits. Check the windows drop when you open the door. Before starting the engine, wait at least 60 seconds after activating the instrument panel to allow the electronic system that controls the motor-driven values and the AC ECU to run a self-acquisition process. This is ridiculous, isn't it? Two of the wires come out of the battery monitoring system thing, and the pins didn't seem to lock in anymore, did they? So we robbed a plug off the McLaren loom with intact pins and then soldered them to the wires correctly, which hopefully, one or the other. I mean, that gives us something to fall back on, doesn't it? Adaptive lights, parking sensors. Done it. It was definitely dips that fixed that. It's looking better. So now all we've got is lights, which means one thing. We're ready to fit a body kit. First thing we want to do, because we want to start at the bonnet, is fit this wing, which is a genuine part. We're going to line this up with the original bonnet because this hasn't moved. Then we can replace that with our new one, new bonnet that is, and then that should make it a lot easier to line up. So let's get this one on.
We have a problem.
We do. Something with this is not looking right. Now we bought this from a breaker who then said it was perfect but the wrong colour and got it painted for us. And it's obviously been repaired and not very well. Will that door even open?
Oh, I don't know.
Whoa, stop.
Oh, no.
That's a no then.
Yeah, that's going to bend on there.
Does the top fit?
Oh, it's not terrible.
I hope this isn't a flavour for how the rest of the video is going to go.
There you go.
Is this a subtle foreshadowing moment?
That fits better.
Mickey spent a bit of time just bending the wing out a bit. It needs some more work. I'm not criticising you.
No,
we've done
so
what we
the door
can.
can open.
Yeah, we've done what we can do for now. So that's better and passable for the time being. But now I suppose it's onto the kit, and the first bit I want to put on now is the bonnet.
And before we can physically fit that to the car, we've got to transfer all of the trims and bits from the original one over to the new carbon one.
This is the bit where it gets rough because this bonnet has not got everything drilled out that it needs drilled out, because there's obviously certain features in here like washer jets. Luckily they have given us the markings where to do it, which is going to save us a lot of time, but still not going to be easy.
And the scariest out of all of these is behind this rubber trim which Mickey's removing now. But first we'll swap over all the latch mechanism, try to use all of the factory hardware, which means Loctiting in studs so we can use nuts instead of just using bolts. Now, onto the drilling.
I'm scared.
I would be too.
We'll start off small by doing the washer jet holes, which surprisingly turned out pretty well, but we've still got this big scary bit to go. We used the rubber piece to stencil out where we need to cut, and I'm glad we did this because it's actually different to what's imprinted in the carbon. This one must have been for a left-hand drive car. But once we got them all cut out, we can sand them smooth, drill holes for the fixings which we robbed out of the original bonnet, and finally can fit up the rubber trim. Now for the fun bit. It's off with the original bonnet. We can put new studs into the carbon one.
Everything from the original bonnet is now into this one. We've done it in the most OEM way we possibly can, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. We've not used bolts, we've used studs and done all sorts of stuff, so it is as close as we can get it. Are you ready? Do you want to watch that side, make sure it don't catch? I'll watch this side. How are we looking?
Yeah.
For now, that is fine. We're going to have to do a lot of tweaking to get this right, but we can see that it's not a billion miles off and it's just in the adjustments, isn't it?
That looks pretty cool, you know.
It does look cool, but you know what I think it's missing? More bits.
And the next piece of the jigsaw we're going to tackle is the side skirts.
It looks like there's only a few bits to transfer over on this and it should go straight on. So we've got a holder clip thing and also a trim clip which goes here. The only things I'm going to have to do is just open up a gap there to slide this on, and then just take a little bit off the top of there just to be able to slide that clip onto as well, and everything else should just push into place.
Whilst I got to work on making the new ones fit, potentially, Mickey got to work taking off the passenger side so we can get straight on with that one too.
That looks so sketchy.
Oh no. Please don't break. Please don't break. God, how much double face they put on this?
Is that what it is?
Double-sided tape. Wow.
Let me give you some good news.
Go on.
I'm ready to put this side on now.
Super.
So let's do that. Do we reckon it's going to go straight on? Probably not.
Let me see if I can just lever that up.
Either that or I try and take some material off to thin them out, because we know they can be notoriously chunky.
Yeah, I don't know whether it could.
Do you want to try to bring it down a smidge?
What, this?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
The top section of this wouldn't clip in, but instead of removing material from it, we noticed there was some adjustment in the bracket it clicks into. So by bringing that down, hopefully that means this time it will fit.
Up, there you go.
There she goes. Hey, that ain't too shabby.
No.
Okay.
No.
Alright, yeah, okay.
That ain't bad.
That's actually better than I thought.
I think just a little bit of fettling to make it fit really nice without having to bang it.
Yep, I think you're right.
So we've got one side down, now onto the other side, but we're just going to rinse and repeat the same process. Hopefully this one should be a breeze. But naturally, this wasn't the case. We had to remove some material this time from this top section to get it to clip in, but once that was trimmed back...
Oh.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's better.
And then that's held in place by that bolt back there. Isn't it?
Yeah, just holds it exactly where it should be.
There's a bonnet and two side skirts fitted, and you can already see this kit is going to be so much more aggressive. After late nights working on this Ferrari, my sleeping pattern's a bit out of whack. But thanks to 8 Sleep, nights that I've slept 5 to 6 hours feel like 8. 8 Sleep have just launched their newest product, the Pod 5. The Pod 5 is a smart mattress cover that you place over the top of your existing mattress. But this is a little bit more high-tech than your regular mattress cover. The Pod 5 uses AI to regulate your body temperature through the night, which affected the quality of my sleep and how much energy I have the next day way more than I expected. The Pod 5 gives you at least 1 hour of additional quality sleep per night. But this doesn't mean you'll be in bed longer. You'll fall asleep faster, wake up less frequently, and have sleep that is more rested. So when we have late nights at the unit, this is a massive help. If you're someone like me who gets constantly hot and then cold throughout the night and can't fall asleep or keep waking up, the Pod 5 can cool your bed down to 12 degrees or warm it up to 43 degrees. What's even more impressive, it can do this separately for each side of the bed. So you and your partner can both get the perfect night's sleep. And to track that sleep, you get a personalised report every single morning, thanks to built-in sensors that monitor every sleep stage, heart rate, respiratory rate, and more, all without having to wear any rubbish devices. So join some big names like Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, and many others which also use 8 Sleep by using the link in the description and discount code CHRISSLICKS and get up to £350 off your very own Pod 5 Ultra. And the best part, you get 30 days to try it and return it if you don't like it. But I'm confident you will love it. Trust me, your body will thank you for it. Invest in better sleep. So I'm gonna get rested, and then in the morning, we're gonna get back to work on this Ferrari. Plan of action with the rear end. The bumpers both are bent from transit. Now, because they're plastic, we're gonna heat them up with this infrared lamp that we've nicked from Mickey. We're gonna fit that to the car bare, and then just leave it to cool down, which hopefully will help it find its original shape. Then we can start looking at fitting it up with the other bits.
Should we stick this bit on first? 'Cause that's the exact shape of it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just thinking if we bolt that on, then it can just slide up.
Now the bumper's soft from being sat by the lamp, we can now start to look at fitting it. But to give it a helping hand, we're going to fit this one trim that runs across the top before we plonk it onto the car to make sure it finds its perfect shape.
Are we going to heat lamp it again, or is there no need?
I think that has gone exactly how we wanted it to.
That ain't looking too shabby, is it? Obviously with these kits there's always a little bit of work needed before paint. But on the whole, I'd say that is looking pretty tidy. Bit of work needed, but not a lot.
No.
Which is what we want.
Now we can put it on the car.
That ain't bad, you know, Chris.
She's not looking too shabby.
How are you looking at the bolt sides? That ain't bad at all.
No, I mean it should go.
Yeah, once you get the bolts in, yeah.
We may need to trim this bit off here. Do you reckon that's okay?
I don't think it looks too bad. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I think just you can hear when I try to push it in.
Yeah, it's hard to show on cam.
Yeah,
It's like so close.
It's this bit here. I think we can make that work.
Yeah.
Now onto the much more complicated diffuser.
Yes, that's logical, isn't it? It looks like there'd also be a bracket that goes onto that as well and hangs it. The quality of this does not look very good, does it?
I think we start by opening the holes in the carbon and try and get a nut and bolt through it, I suppose.
I mean, nutting and bolting or using those little speed clips?
The clips would be good, but you've got to pull it in quite tight. Oh, with like a 10mm bolt on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a single part of this was going to be simple. There was a lot of fastenings, a lot of drilling, and even more fettling.
Next up, we've got to do the parking sensor holes. And when we did them last time, you lot said we were idiots because they do something called a parking sensor drill hole bit, which I've gone and bought. I've not opened it yet, so I'm going to see now if this is any better or if it's just a fancy hole saw. Okay. It's not what I was expecting. I think I've seen something where it like squeezes it. Is it one of them?
Yeah, and it nut and bolts together. Oh, mate, I wouldn't even dream of that. So anyway, that's useless.
Okay. Because I think on plastic bumpers it works, doesn't it? It squeezes it and then basically uses that to cut the perfect size hole, which would be nice.
You know, like a hole punch.
Yeah, similar thing.
Yeah.
But that's not going to work in this. It's just going to splinter it. It might be useful on the front bumper. We'll see.
Yeah.
But for now, useless. Let's go back to what we know.
Yeah.
Drill the holes.
Indents to where they go. I hate doing these with a passion. You get this slightly wrong and it's just going to look silly, isn't it?
We've done this a few times, and this is the method in carbon fibre which we've found best. We drill a hole, then open up that hole to one size down what we want it to be using the cone bit. Then we very carefully open up the hole the last few millimetres just using sandpaper to finish the edges off nice and do it so it fits super snug.
Right, we've got all the parking sensor holes drilled. They are looking sweet. Now onto the reflectors and all the other stuff that goes in here, because there's a lot. We've got F1 brake lights, reversing camera, and all of the active aero stuff of the standard diffuser to fit here. All of the factory brackets that mount it. And in the meantime, I'm going to do this other reflector. Dip each of these little nubs that it used to mount into the paint, and then use those bits of paint to mark exactly where I want my holes to go. There. Beautiful.
Now my holes are marked, all I've got to do is drill them out and my reflector should clip in. But whilst I was doing this, Mickey was working on the F1 brake light and reversing camera holder, taking that off from the original bumper and transferring that over to this diffuser.
That is looking sweet. Now we're going to look at this bad boy, and this is where it gets complicated because it's so important that all this stuff works. I'm sure if it has any slight idea that we've changed something, the car is not going to be happy. So we need to make sure we use all of the factory backing points and then try and mount them on this, remove from this what we need to remove to allow it all to work and allow space for the motors, and hopefully if we can nail this, the car will have no idea. There's obviously a lot of bits that need doing on this, and teamwork is key. So whilst Mickey is working on getting that F1 brake light and reversing camera to fit, I'm going to get started on the active aero part.
And stripping this down was no joke. It's all very fragile and very fiddly. And I'm praying that I don't break anything, because I'm sure to replace any part of this is going to be thousands of pounds. But treading as carefully as I could, I was making some progress. And I'd finally got it all removed from the diffuser. Next thing I wanted to do is take the mounting brackets off the back of the diffuser, which are just riveted on, and we can transfer these over to our new one, which is not only going to make lining it up easier, but also give it more strength.
We're going to rivet this on now, exactly how it was done by Ferrari. We're also going to put a washer on the other side because this bit of material does not seem the strongest.
Sound.
Feeling good?
Yep, good.
Lovely.
Thankfully, that bit went perfectly. Now all we've got to do is open up holes in the sides of the carbon to allow the rods that go all the way through and control the flaps to connect. But something here just didn't seem right. The carbon was really soft.
Okay, it looked brutal, it was a bit, but it got the job done. I think now I've got all the holes in the right places, all of the brackets we need to mount it. I just want to test it first because the holes that we've done to allow the rods to connect that control the flaps, we just want to see that it fits and isn't going to catch and doesn't need opening up more, basically. I'm hoping this fits because we haven't even tested it yet.
Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. We have got the plates for this.
Yes, my only concern is this bit's rubber.
That rubber section is what allows it to mount but also bend for when the flaps open. But maybe the new ones would be smaller and we'll be able to cut these down.
Yeah, it's nowhere near the shape either.
No. So it's longer. Well, that was silly, wasn't it? You can't stick it over it, can you?
We were stuck for ways that we could think to make these flaps work.
Go on a door hinge.
I know.
So this one, when you do that, the rubber would allow it to bend and move, so you can still have that bolted in. Well, the problem that we're having is because we're trying to fit GTB aero parts onto something that's not supposed to be your GTB. There is ones which look the same online. So, that, which looks the same as that piece. That, which looks the same as the middle piece. That bit we don't need. And that. But there is no rubber on them. The only thing they've got, if you flip it over and have a look.
Oh, okay.
That is the same as that.
Oh, nice.
But that is on that basically. What I'm struggling to figure out is how they mount that and it stays active because it doesn't have that rubber part. We'll mount up all the mechanism.
Yep.
Get it all so it's there, and all the resistance is still there.
Yep.
We'll leave these covers off.
Yep.
And then when we go to the body shop, we'll take those bits, and see if they've got any brilliant ideas.
And I think that was the best idea we'd had all day, because that means now, once all this stuff's mounted and in, we can crack on with trying to fit this diffuser. And trust me when I say, this isn't the last problem it's going to give us.
Being completely honest as well, which obviously we like to be, this part is not the best. It doesn't seem as strong as some of the other bits, and also the lacquer is definitely not very strong. It just seems to kind of want to flake. I'll speak to the body shop, see how much they want to sand it back, re-clear it properly, so it's actually durable, and hopefully whilst they're doing that they can have a look at this aero situation and see if they've got any bright ideas for how we can incorporate that, make it work, make it look good, because I think we're going to have it so it will be fully functional.
Yeah,
but just no, at the moment there'll just be no flaps attached. So even if we were going by genuine ones, they won't work either as far as I can see, because it looks like they'll be fixed here. So I don't know if on other Ferrari models, if they have like a rubber section in the diffuser that then the carbon bit bolts to, so you can't actually see the rubber.
You'll be pretty annoyed if your £500,000 Ferrari had like some rubber bits showing, wouldn't you?
What about the tyres?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been done. Watch that not make the edit.
I was a little bit annoyed about this because we'd done so well to get all of this stuff transferred over, and I thought we did a great job of it. But we fell at the last hurdle, but that's not going to stop us pushing forward.
All the motors and everything are in. The car should be happy with that, so it shouldn't cause us any issues. Basically, all we need to do now, if we were going to run them, is fit the flaps and a few little screws.
Now though, we're ready to mount the bumper again, but before we can do that, there's some tweaks I want to make to this section by the rear quarter, because there was a little bit of damage which was making the bumper poke out. Now the diffuser and the bumper mount in two separate pieces. The bumper skin goes first.
It's looking a little bit strange. It's like a weird little fish, which is cute.
Yeah.
But cute's not what we're aiming for, is it? We need to add some more aggression. How's that looking, Rossi Poo?
Oh, it looks like a fighter jet or something.
How's it gone from fish to fighter jet in less than 2
No,
minutes?
trust me.
How's that made it look like so much better with just one or two little bits on it? It looked so odd before.
Here's where we encountered a huge problem. Although it looked amazing, quite simply, it did not fit at all.
Look, do you reckon a heat lamp it and stretch it?
No, I've never worked with carbon like that before.
It's got to be better than just bending it, isn't it?
Yeah, should we try?
Yeah.
At this point, we were willing to try anything. It was so far off the mark.
I think I'm in.
And although we got one part of it in and we could get it physically bolted to the car, it wasn't pretty.
We're using like the longest bolt we could possibly find just to help us align it, because I'm going to be honest, this diffuser is rubbish, like proper bad. You know, it is what it is, I guess, but this is by far the worst part we've seen so far in terms of like the quality, the fit, everything else. So we're just using this to guide it in, then we're going to heat it, and try and relax it a bit into shape where it wants to be.
Because I don't think this is doing it any favours.
No.
Maybe a little cardboard box or something just to wedge that one up there.
That piece is rubbish. It looks good, but to fit is a nightmare.
But we're not going to be defeated that easily, we're going to keep trying. We'd managed to get the outer edges pretty much fitting, but the inner edges were still far off.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
And
It's this bit at the top here. It needs to come down. There, you see it?
Look at the gap down here though, this is mad.
I know.
This piece is rubbish.
And no matter what tricks we tried, it wasn't getting any better.
We've decided the diffuser is pretty much useless and we're going to have to find an alternative solution because that does not pass the Slicks certification. There is other parts we think that do, and that is the spoiler and the other bits that go around here. Now I've done a bit of trimming. We have had to lop off the rear mounting bracket because we don't think the piece has a...
It was at this moment that he knew.
The back of the bracket for this one wasn't needed. You wouldn't be able to get to it because it's in there anyway. We've cut a little slice into one of these bits here, took a tiny bit off the edge of a bracket here, and now we think we've got it fitting about how we want to. We've got to figure out all of the wiring for the lights, we've got to figure out where the riv nuts go, we're going to figure out where we're going to use nuts and bolts, where we're going to put glue bolts in from the back, all sorts of stuff to get this to mount and get it to mount as easily as possible.
Now, putting a body kit on a car like this isn't a straightforward task. It's not like bolting on factory parts. It's a lot more complicated. You've got to try and use your brain and use some common sense to try and figure out how you're going to do certain parts to make sure they're accessible to tighten and loosen, and also try and figure out how to get around certain fitment issues which you wouldn't get with factory parts. Even though this sounds pretty simple, it takes so much longer and so much more care to get it right.
Does that look nice? Tell me it does.
Because I need it. The diffuser really upset me.
I can tell.
I had to have a cry for a minute. But now I'm okay.
Good.
For now.
Because we've got no fixings, I'm thinking we're going to glue that in place, there and there. Yeah, and then they'll actually, underneath the spoiler, slot into their little gaps.
And we were having to use every single trick that we had up our sleeves in order to get this kit to fit. With this one, it's not just the complexity of the shapes, it's also the complexity of mounting it in the order that you have to do it. Because most of the time on this car, it's practically impossible to get to any of these little bits, especially with a spanner. But we're nearing the end of all the modifications that we need to do. The final thing is putting in some riv nuts into the access panel for the spoiler.
These bits are now bolted in. They will also be pinned in by the spoiler as well, so they've got 3 chunky bolts to them. They should be fine. The car's still got to go to the body shop, but we want to try and do the bulk of the work for them. We're trying not to bond anything on, because this would probably be helped by having something to, you know, a little bit of bond to help it sit nice, help it seal, help it not have any jiggle or vibration. But as it's all got to come off again anyway, we want to try and get it fitting as best we can mechanically, and then when it goes to the body shop, we can go back down there once they've painted it or help them refit it and just run ideas past each other, see which way we think's best. For now, that is good enough, I think.
Yeah, I do.
So that means it's time for the spoiler. We've got all the riv nuts in. We have drilled a hole for the wire for the brake lights. We put all the riv nuts in here, and I think we're ready to fit.
Yeah,
Let's go.
So now we can carefully slide that into place, but first plug in the brake light and double check that's working. Now we're confident that's all good, we can start to put the bolts in. There are 6 mounting points for us to get this spoiler solid, but you can only reach 4 of them. So how are we going to get to those back 2 and make sure this spoiler doesn't come flying off on the motorway?
I've got that on with 4 out of the 6 bolts in, because we've now made it impossible to get to the back 2, but we've got an idea. We're going to take it off here. The bracket which it bolts to on here, we're going to open it up so there's essentially a slot, so we can put the bolt in first, slot it into that, put these 2 in, and then there's some tiny little gaps here we'll be able to get a spanner into to tighten the back in as well, and then it won't be like this.
Once we've faffed with that, we finally got it tight, we could fit up this other trim and see if it was going to clash with the original panels.
Ooh, it's the moment of truth. That looks bloody fantastic.
That does look cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, well happy, apart from the diffuser, which I'm definitely not happy about, but we shall not let that ruin our day. And now we'll try and fit the front end.
And this is by far the most complicated and aggressive part of the car. We still had so many pieces lying on the ground in the unit and barely even a clue where half of them go. But we're going to start off how we started on the rear and just mount the bumper up to the car, heat it to relax it back to its original shape to restore the damage from transit, but already we realised we had a problem.
You meant to have a different washer bottle.
Why is it ugly? Well, it does, doesn't it? Maybe the washer bottle bolts to the front of the boot, because that's going to be
in the way.
Yeah, and also everything else has got to move back. The hole that runs through the bumper to the bonnet.
Right, yeah.
Which was not a great start, but Mickey got that off the car, and then I found the first piece that I had to adjust. The section that I'm trimming at the moment sits underneath the bonnet, sort of like the scuttle panel. Now this bonnet has a hole in it that's supposed to run down into the front bumper, but naturally this piece doesn't have a hole in it. So I've got to find a way to cut this out as neatly as possible, and I found using a hole saw on either edge and then trimming the straight lines was the neatest way.
Yeah, you can't even tell, can you?
I was chuffed to bits with it, but there's so many other bits which we need to do. Next one is the boot. Because this car has that hole running through the bonnet, the boot has got to be shorter, and luckily that came included in our kit. And again, we want to transfer over as much as humanly possible from the original boot to this one. Now the original boot itself was damaged, so I'm very glad that this kit came with one. All of the electrical components were swapped over, but the original boot came with some sound deadening on it. Luckily, I had some stuff lying around that I think will do the job perfectly.
We've done what we can do on this. I think it's going to need someone who's a little bit more knowledgeable to make up these side pieces, because obviously the old ones won't fit, but these bits do. So for now, we can get this in.
Once this is in the car, this gives us another job which we can now do. We need to relocate the washer fluid bottle from the crash bar onto the front of the boot. Fingers crossed this works. After we drilled a couple of holes, popped in a couple of nuts and bolts, I wouldn't say that that is looking too bad.
We mentioned our exhaust issue earlier, and Mr. Nicromobium, he's here to put the tip in, so I'll let you do it if you want.
It's the worst sound ever, it's scratching titanium.
How does that look, everyone at home? Acceptable?
Yeah.
Sweet.
You might have to get that in slightly more, but
yeah, we'll get a hammer for that.
yeah, you'll never see me again.
Originally we were going to utilise the standard titanium tips that came on the standard bumper, but with the new one there was no way they were going to fit, so we could sleeve on our new tips onto the new exhaust and it was looking 10-10. And now we can get back onto the front end, particularly that troublesome hole. So the duct that runs in between the bonnet and the bumper is made out of 2 pieces of carbon which we can rivet together. Also we had to extend the wiring for the washer fluid bottle to be able to go around this. But once that was tucked out the way, we could try and hook in our new carbon scoop.
Everyone's moaned at us before for not having functional aero in the cars, but now, look. Let's come forward a bit, but functional aero.
Hello. Looks smart if it's mounted like that.
So we're happy with where it's sitting. All we've got to do is now get it mounted solid. So we had to open out some holes, find where we can bolt it in, add a few riv nuts. You guys are understanding the score now.
We have all of the underbonnet trims on. These are going to have to come back off, at least the side ones are anyway, to fit the headlights and part of these mount into the bumper, but you get the idea. But what I really want to show you is the fitment for our aerodynamic scoop on the front. Ooh, 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 ooh. Check that out. It's a hole. What more do you want to say? So we're going to take our old bumper brackets and rivet these on like they do from factory to make sure that it's not going to be a faff to fit.
And with those on, we can now stretch this bumper onto the car. And as you can see by how much force it's taking, it's pretty squished.
Bumper's on, and it is definitely a bit misshapen from transit, so we're going to get the heat lamp on it now, and in this clip we're going to put B-roll of the heat lamp going on over what I'm saying.
I was probably going to do that anyway.
I know, yeah, I was just telling you in the edit.
Thanks, man.
And then check back in the morning, take it off, and hopefully it's looking a lot better. Bumper's off, ready to go. So now it's found its shape a bit better. We're a bit more excited about putting this on now because we can put all the other bits on first, which are going to make it look, and then we can get it on the car and see what the end goal is for this car, because at the moment we don't fully know, but we've still got lots of bits to put on this, all of this stuff here, so let's not waste any time and get it on. Next up is the weird little boomerangs. We've sussed out that these go about there. They fit quite nice.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah. When we actually do the final fit on this, I think we're going to run a bit of bond, but for now we're going to use the holes that have been supplied in the bumper, mark those out on here, put some little diddy rivet nuts in just to pin it in place, and then when we come to fit it back up, just a bit of bond up here, and it should fit lovely.
We've got the rivet nuts put into the piece, and we're going to open out the holes a tiny bit on the bumper, and with those done we can bolt them into place.
We've got the grills in the sides. They're mounted slightly different to how we've done them before, but I'm actually very, very happy with them. They seem solid. Next up is the mustache. There's a couple of bits we need to glue on the bumper where the reinforcement skin and the outer skin have separated, so we're going to have to wait a little bit until we can fit that to the car. But it's pointless putting that on the car anyway until we have a pair of headlights, which have just arrived in the nick of time. Thank you very much to Strada Spares for sourcing these for us. He went above and beyond to make sure we got these in time, and I could not thank him enough. If you need anything for Italian cars specifically, and also supercar parts in general, make sure to go and check him out on Instagram. We'll leave his links in the description as well. We now have a brand new pair of headlights, which also come with a ballast as well, so fingers crossed, should plug and play.
Because at £2,000 per headlight, if there's an issue here, I don't care what it is, I'm making these work.
Headlights are in. Big question. Do they work? I think this button on the key turns the lights on, so.
Your indicators work.
The indicators do work.
Oh yeah.
They're working?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That as well.
Nice.
That side lights full beam. Yeah.
We need to get this peeled. And Liv has been nagging me. I want to peel that bit, I want to peel that bit. So Liv, you can peel both of them.
I want to go over it. Wow.
I want to see them on with the wrapping off. How do they look?
Cool.
Do they look good?
Yeah, that looks sick.
The gap to the headlight to bonnet is actually alright at the moment. This wing is what's throwing us off. It's actually sat out a little bit, but it will go in. And then once that's in, that'll line up pretty nice for a first fit, I think. Got to take it all apart to be painted anyway, so there's no point getting too anal. As long as we know it's close enough that it's in the adjustment, we're gravy. We have working headlights. We have the front end almost finished, bar the bumper. We're on the home run. While waiting for that front bumper to dry, we have messed around back here, got all the wiring in place. There's some bits we can't put in yet until we get our new rear diffuser. We've got our number plate lights, we've got a couple other bits. So all the wiring back there is sorted, ready for when we refit the diffuser. But before we do that, arch liners. We got some new rear sections with the kit because of this vent here, so I believe it just vents from the wheel well out the back. So we're going to try and do that before we put that diffuser on. Mickey?
Yep.
Take it away.
Let's go.
This is the new section that we got with the kit. It's made out of fiberglass, but from the front it actually looks pretty smart, so I've got no problems putting that in. Right, as is always the case with fiberglass, the parts are rubbish. You can see that doesn't fit there, it's not covering the arch there. It's a nightmare to get in because it's so stiff. Do you know where it's going? In the bin. And we're going to replace it with the original one, and if we want to add this mesh section on here, we can take that off of there cut the original arch liner and add that on there. It'll be loads better. We'll be able to clean it up a bit so it looks a bit nicer. Right, one modification we need to do before we finish off underneath is to this section of under tray, because this side skirt sits a bit further in at this point, so you can visibly see the under tray poking out. All it needs is a section cutting out here, so we're going to drop this bolt out here, use a little air thing, cut it out, drill a new hole, bolt in it, and then under here is done.
Now that we've got that sorted, we can bring the car back down, and she's looking so good. The final piece to get our attention is going to be the front bumper, and this is not going to be easy. First thing is adding these clips into the lower section, because we've got to bolt this lower scoop in once the bumper's on the car, and we're not going to be able to get to the back of it. The next bit is definitely going to be tricky, the front camera. We've got to make sure we get this absolutely perfect.
Okay, we're going to try and put the camera hole in. We found bang in the middle of these two parking sensors, which you presume would be the middle, and it lines up with the middle of the badge recess, so we've got to do this. Now, this time we can use our fancy new hole punch thing, so I'm going to drill right on this mark and just hope it's in the middle. I've got my new Fandangle device, which I think, how does this work? Just double check this hole, shall we? So this side, this is an 18mm hole. Here's our crashed bumper, and it slots straight in. So I think that's going to be our best bet, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm nervous for this, I've never used it. Shall I do a practice one?
I was going to say, maybe you should practice on something that's not the actual final bumper.
All you have to do is drill a hole and then tighten in the tool, and it cuts a perfect hole for that size. But obviously, because this bumper's awkward, I've got to cut some excess material off the back in order to be able to get to the actual back skin of the bumper.
I feel like it's quite hard to tell just with the shape of the car.
It's definitely going to be pointing at the floor a bit, but it's better than not having one, isn't it?
I feel like that's kind of where you want it as well, because
maybe
you're going to see what's going to destroy your splitter.
Yeah,
otherwise.
curbs, basically.
That's pretty. Oh, hang on.
It's not bad, is it? Oh no.
That's pretty sleek. Wait, what?
I must have cut it when I did the bumper.
I don't know why. I thought you meant that was the pen mark.
No, that's not.
We've completely.
That's not the pen mark. That's where I cut through the bumper from the back when you said it was perfect. I was trusting your judgment, Ross.
I didn't see it going through.
It's fine. It's not a problem.
Yeah, it looks good though.
Yeah.
Much better on that than it was on the old bumper. That one.
Yeah, I think the PPF was messing with it on the old bumper. So now I've got to see if the actual holder fits, haven't we?
And obviously it didn't. It was way too tight to that top edge, so I've got to trim it down a bit.
Still miles off.
Oh, you're so close now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's miles closer.
How close are we? There you go. That's the one.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I made it work.
It's like a little fish eye.
But we can do super glue first, because it's got quite a big surface area around the sides. We've picked up two sorts of super glue to do this next bit, so we need to do it fast because we need to get this car sorted and done today to get it to the body shop. Now, we're not sure which one to use and which one's going to set best, so we're going to do a competition between Gorilla Glue and
Loctite.
So grab some brake cleaner, Mickey. How many blobs are we doing?
Well, I just think if we go... See, you've got way more.
Because it's thicker?
Yeah.
Okay, right, I'm going to go here, you go here, yeah? So how long am I going to hold it for? 60 seconds?
Yeah.
Wheel says dries in 15.
It does say that, we need to have a fair competition. That's pretty strong. It's bending the plastic and it's stuck.
Righto.
This one? Ooh. Oh!
Gorilla Glue, really.
That's got to be the Gorilla Glue, yeah.
It is, yeah.
That's loads better, look.
Yeah.
Loads stronger.
Test complete, and now we can mount that camera on the back of the bumper. Gluing it on's not going to be the best, but it'll do for now. We can strengthen it up later. Now for the piece de resistance, the Ferrari badge that goes in there too. Luckily, this bolts in, so we can just drill a hole, swap it over, and tighten it in.
Right, it's time. The final big piece is going on. Ooh, it's a big moment.
And it really is. This is the final big piece that is going to complete the look of this car. But we haven't got long to do it. We've got to make sure this goes on first time, tightens up properly, because as soon as this is done, we need to hit the road to go and get an MOT so we can get this car to the body shop. Thankfully, we got it on and we can tighten it up. But before this car can hit the road, we've got a few jobs we need to do first, and basically no time to do them. So I got to work getting the underbonnet section of the car back together, so that's all of these panels here, and also the wipers. Because without these, it will never pass an MOT. Also, at the moment, there is no seal on the boot. That's because the old boot was bigger than the one that is now in the car, so I've got to take the rubber seal off that, fit it in place, and then trim it down to suit. Whilst I was doing all of this, Mickey was not resting. He was fitting up the front arch liners. Then it was time for the rear plate. This is obviously going to have to come back off, but I'm going to need it. And the final job is for Mickey. He's got to put the front wheels on this car and get all four torqued to make sure none of them go flying down the road. And I still can't believe it. Just a few weeks ago, this car was dropped off to my unit, and with a bit of hard work, determination, some creative thinking, and a helping hand where we needed it, we've managed to take this Ferrari from a condition where no one would want it, to a car that once it's painted, anyone would love to drive.
There we have it. We've finally got the car together and we've got no time to waste. We've got to get this car MOT'd right now and drive it straight to the body shop. So next time you see it, it's going to be back apart and we're going to be working some of these panel gaps all over again to try and perfect it. But if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will catch you next time.